James, did they just show why they're League Two leaders?
Yeah, for sure, and that's demonstrated in what they did today and how they performed. They show what they can do, both with and without the ball. They can mix it up, they can be direct, they can be physical, and let's not face fact is that they're in the position that they are for a reason. So, and that's credit to them.
I mean, you started quite well, got your passing game going, but the first goal was a terrible defensive thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. For us to get done off our own throw-in, a counter-attack is disappointing, but that happens. That's one of those things. If you look at the occasions and the chances they had in our goal, it's probably from our turnovers, if you like, where I can't say they particularly opened us up massively. Second goal, cross into the box, and we got to defend it better ultimately. But what I can say about my players today is that they never gave up. And that's one thing that is ingrained at this football club, and that will continue to ingrain, is that our endeavour and our way of doing things won't stop.
Physically, they were really aggressive, and a man scores 2 goals, but the man of the match, rightly, is their midfield player, Ibo Adams.
Yeah, he's just come back from the African Cup of Nations, so he's a very good player. I'm surprised they didn't lose him in the January window. But on us, I felt as though at times we matched it. I thought Jake Kane and Scott Bennett today for me were excellent. I thought how they played in that position was superb. But we just haven't defended key moments of the game, and that's the bottom line of it.
Dropped out of the top 3 now, but you've got a huge game now against Northampton on Tuesday.
Yeah, these couple of games, I can't say they'll define our season, because after that we've got 10 home games. So what we've got to do is just dust ourselves down. I said to the lads, I said that one thing I can't fault them for is their attitude, their way of kept going until the final whistle. So we can always draw on negatives about things, but if I look at the positives, the lads didn't give up on us today, and that pleased me a lot.
And obviously on Tuesday night you want to get your strikers more involved than they were today.
It was hard because they stifled us really well. I think the conditions as well, I don't think people at home wouldn't appreciate the conditions out there today. They were probably up with Morecambe really when we played Morecambe in the FA Cup, which I think was my 3rd game. They were difficult. That was a difficult game to play in, so it was hard to supply the chances we normally do. We probably weren't as ruthless as we usually are in the final third with our passing. Our final ball sometimes let us down, but the conditions probably didn't help that either.
And how much of an education was this sort of game and these conditions for some of your younger players?
That's part and parcel of development. I think they've shown that already anyway. So they like Jake Kane, for argument's sake, dealt with it terrifically today. He's shown a nature to his game that he's shown really over the last 4 or 5 games. Scott Bennett does what he does, and I thought he was terrific at times. We just conceded 2 goals. You can say, well, it could have been more, well, it could have been, but we've tried to do what we've tried to do and stifle them as much as we can.
Must ask you, what about Tuesday night now then? Does it add more pressure to that game to get something?
I don't think there's pressure on us at the minute. I think we've got a long way to go in this season. I can't particularly talk about pressure because we won't be feeling that, because we've just got to focus on trying to get our performance right, which hopefully we'll do. We've got to be a little bit more creative against them. We've only had 6 shots at goal today, which is the lowest we've had since I've been here. But there's a reason for that, and we'll work our ways around it to make it better.
And apart from a few broken hearts, no injuries?
No, a few knocks and bruises, but that's life and that's football.
All the best. Thanks,
mate.
Is this like that sort of moment where the players will learn, when you are being stifled, how to get through it?
Yeah, definitely. The conditions were difficult today, and we at times coped with it well, at times we didn't. So we just got to move on from this game and look forward to Northampton.
You did it ugly at Orient there. Well, Forest Green is just a better side, aren't they? I guess that's the...
Yeah, but I couldn't talk about budgets and things like that because I wouldn't know the details of it, but I would assume they would be up there on the top in the division with the type of player that they can attract to their football club. So we've tried our best to match as best we possibly can today.
Would have been a draining game in terms of conditions, I would have thought. Tinkering at all at Northampton, or is it go again, boys? You've proved your quality.
Yeah, we'll wait and see on that. We'll assess. We'll watch the game back, and we'll do our even more research that we've done on Northampton to see what's best for that game.
Where will they differ, Northampton?
They're a lot more direct, but to be fair, Forest Green were more direct than what I thought they would be today. And what we've seen, Forest Green have a major ability to mix up the game, both being able to play and being able to be direct, where Northampton are predominantly direct in what they do. So we'll be ready for that and we'll be set up for that.
guess it's us that look at tables this time of year, but it's going to be one mad bonkers sort of scramble behind these.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the table. I just think the biggest thing for us is just the game by game. I think when I came in, we were 14th. So before the game today, we were 3rd. I just said I didn't look at tables. But what I mean is in relation to where we might end up. So for me, it's a case of that we just got to keep moving forward.
Good. Managers never read the newspapers either.
It can't stop me laughing and smiling.
Brilliant.